Black. This is Nellyville the podcast, and I'm your host, Chanel number 5. So glad that you could join me for a very special finale episode. This is episode 10, and as you guys know, I do 10 episodes per season. So I already have 49. This will be the 50th episode to go up on the podcast. So if you guys want to binge listen while I'm taking a break, this would be a good time to do so. I normally take about 2-3 weeks off before I start the new season. So I'm really excited about it. I'm glad that you guys have come to join me. I'm glad that you guys are stopping in. Thank you for the likes. Next season, I think I'm going to keep doing the same thing as far as recording the podcast live. Wow, hello, you guys. Y'all really pouring in. I feel the love. Listeners, please come join me on TikTok Live. I'm still going to be going live even when I'm not recording the podcast. So if you want extra tea during the break, I suggest you come follow me on TikTok so you can still be engaged with all things Nellyville. And then, of course, there's YouTube every Wednesday. So that's pretty much it on the housekeeping. I want to know how you guys are doing. Like, is everybody good? Like, what's going on for this Sunday evening? Did your team win in the Final Four? Have y'all been watching the Astros? You know, baseball season is out here dipping in and doing it. Like, it's a lot of good things going on in sports, right? Sleepy but good, girl. Let me tell you something. I've had a weekend. I ain't gonna say I'm sleepy. I'm just saying this is too much. You and your friend are in a fight. Can you just say you're on Genesis' side? Oh, okay. Look, you know, fights with friends are very, very tricky. But I will say, if this is a good friend and this is somebody that you cherish having in your life, do everything you can to resolve that conflict, you know. But you know what? Also remember this, some people come in your life for a reason and others just for a season. So if it feels like it's an ending to the relationship, then baby, that's what you got to do. You got to let it go, you know, let it go. Become one with the wind and sky like Elsa, right? Thank you for the follow. Anyone who follows, I will be sure to follow you back. Thank you guys so much for the likes. I'm going to go ahead and jump into the first topic. This is the finale episode. Whoa. So let's make it good. We're going to keep the energy up. You know what I'm saying? So the first thing I want to talk about, okay, so we're all flying. Most of us fly unless you have a fear or something like that. And, you know, one thing that can be really annoying and triggering for people is when people want to switch seats. Look, people pay good money to have a certain seat. If you want to sit next to your spouse, next to your kids, if you want a specific kind of seat, you need to make sure you book in advance and book the right flights and the types of seats that you want so that you don't have to create these awkward situations. Then you have people who are bold enough to ask to switch seats, and then when that person's like, no, then the person who asked wants to get attitude. Baby, they have no obligation to switch seats with you. Why are you angry? You asked and answered, you know. But let me tell y'all about this man. So it was a man on the plane, and the mother, I don't know how or why the mother booked the seats like this, but it was a toddler and the mother was not seated next to her toddler. So she asked the man if she could switch seats with him so she could sit next to her baby. And the man was like, no, I'm not switching seats with you because you have a middle seat. If you wanted to sit next to your child, you should make sure you book correctly. Now, look, while I understand principle-wise what the man was saying, he had a window seat and he would have ended up in the middle seat. We get it. Most people either want an aisle or a window. And if you paid for that, then like, okay, I get why you would want to have that. But also, why would you want to sit next to someone's unattended toddler just to prove a point? But I gotta bring it back to the mother, like, okay, you asked this man to switch, but there were other ways and other things that you could have done to orchestrate it to where you're sitting next to your child. But like, I don't know why specifically she went after that man. I don't, like, do y'all get what I'm saying? Look, all that to say is, look, y'all, is things that are, it's just unspoken rules that you do on planes, okay? I know, I'm gonna tell you this. Please don't ask me to switch seats, but I'm the type of person, if you ask me to switch my seat, I'm probably just gonna do it just off the sheer reason of I don't want to have to deal with the awkwardness. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm still within eye shot of you and I told you no, I don't want to switch seats, and then you staring holes in the back of my head for the whole rest of the flight, baby, I don't need that energy in my life. Baby, look, you want this seat, you can have this seat. Baby, you can. Hey, welcome in, girl. I'm doing the little episode 10 of the little podcast, the season finale. You know what I'm saying? And we're talking about people wanting to switch seats on flights and then wanting to catch attitude when no one wants to switch. Like, babe, like, be prepared. Like, what's the problem? But also, don't cause a scene. Like, if somebody wants to switch, just sometimes, baby, just switch. And if it's a really crucial matter, whether it was a mix-up with the tickets or it's something, that's why the flight attendants are there. People are crazy. People are moody. People are grumpy. Most people, they like to get to the destination of traveling, but the process of traveling is actually really annoying, and a lot of people don't like it. So don't be somebody's 13th reason why they cockeyed go off on you. So, you know, you can ask if you want to, but be prepared to get a big fat no, you can't have this seat, ma'am. Sorry about your luck. But that was weird that man didn't want to let that mother sit next to his baby. But anyways, speaking of rejection, let's talk about something that I witnessed this weekend. I witnessed it many times before, but I was like, you know, I want to talk about this. So, who has ever seen or experienced being rejected at the door when you go out to a club or a bar? So some cities are really particular about who they let into their businesses when it comes to nightlife. And I get it. Sometimes it's a safety thing. Sometimes it's a status thing. Sometimes it just has no rhyme or reason. And that's the one that I want to talk about. So I'm out, you know, I'm having a good time with my little cronies and stuff or whatever. And some of us got in, but then it was some other people who were in my group that they couldn't get in. And I find it really interesting because it's like, I've seen this a lot in Houston. Okay. So I went out in Houston, and like, Houston is so good for not letting people in for no reason. And I'm just like, y'all want to be LA so bad. Like, I understand, like, if you're not on a list, or if this is like a high, like, top A-list type of party or something, but Houston, like, and then the places that it was, like, they were cute, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't giving elite status. It wasn't giving turn people away at the door. Like, what are you doing? Like, and you know, I hope it has never happened to me, and watch the next time I go out, I'm gonna get rejected at the door and be somewhere crying. That stuff is so embarrassing, and I can't do secondhand embarrassment. If I'm with somebody, because it's happened to me before where I got in and then the other people couldn't get in, and it's so awkward because it's like, what do you say, especially when you don't really know where else to go? And then it's like, but I kind of want to go in, like. And so that's my other question. Is it wrong to go in when everybody in your group can't go in? Because, see, look, if we have already gotten started, if we already been having fun, and you know, I'm turned up when we get to this spot, I'm like, yeah, and then like, I'm like, man, go hold the fort down at the taco truck or something, because like, I want to go in. Like, I got in, so I don't see why we all got to suffer because you couldn't get in. That sounds like a you problem. But that's not a good friend, is it? I mean, I would, if it was just me and one other person, obviously, like, you know. But I don't know. I think it's just really wild, and I think Houston just needs to chill, because like, certain cities, like, I could see you being like that, but Houston nightlife is not giving turning people away at the door. Like, they're just nasty and rude, and there's nowhere to park. I'm sorry, I don't. Houston is great. Houston is fun. Houston is whatever. Anyways, I always get on here and I bash Houston, and I've been in Texas for so long, you would think that I'll have something positive to say. I have had a very pleasant experience with a pleasant experience here in Texas. I have. I don't know who I'm trying to convince, you or me. It's just that, let's focus on the positives. Okay, positives. You have a lot of different cultures here in Texas, and especially in Houston. So if you are somebody who likes to be around a lot of different types of food, different types of music, and different type of people, and be welcome, yeah, you're gonna find that here. All that stuff about job opportunities, I think it's a load of bull crap. I think it depends on, just like any other city, I think it depends on what industry you are in. Don't come to Houston thinking that you're just going to be thriving and shining. Houston knows, I'm sorry, I can't say more than 2 good things about Houston without going back to the negative. I'm sorry, I can't. I can't. You know, they are really good for putting on a facade. Like, Houston can't decide if they want to be LA, Atlanta, Chicago, Miami, Las Vegas. Like she can't make up her mind. She's wishy-washy, and they can't drive. And then we're getting a lot of people from California down here, which California people can't drive either. So it's like, we be out here fighting for our life. I can't. But I recommend Houston for a weekend trip. But unless you're from here, I don't suggest moving here. But if you want to be close to Houston because you visit and you really like it, I suggest living on the outskirts. That way you're close enough to enjoy. You know what I'm saying? You're close enough to enjoy all of the perks of Houston, but still you get, you're not getting ran over. Probably cost of living might be a little cheaper. Well, it depends, because like the Woodlands and Spring. Oh, I'm dying. I need some water. Oh, it depends on what outskirts, because some of the pricing in the outskirts, like the Woodlands or Spring, Clear Lake area, it can get real pricey real fast. But like some of the other places, like, it's real cute. You get good scenery. You know, you really feel like, you know, you about it, you doing something. And then when there's something really popping off that you want to do in Houston, you close enough to go to it. So like, you know, without living in the middle of the hustle and bustle. So anyways, so that's all that I wanted to talk about there. Let's go ahead and do my favorite segment. Yeah, this is going to be a short episode today. Like, make it make sense. But my musical person for today, okay, I know. Okay, so y'all gonna talk about, y'all gonna judge me when I tell you who my music person is. So, I know I just went on a full rant about Houston nightlife and how they just, whatever. My music artist happens to be a local Houston rapper, and it's one of the most popular party songs that I've always heard since I've lived here. Houston and their rap music, they swear that everybody everywhere is living for the Houston rappers. And baby, don't nobody know who these people are. Not to say that these rappers aren't good, but when they say Texas pride, that stuff is real. And they feel that Texas pride about their little Texas rappers. Let me tell you something. So my music person of the week is Big Mo, and specifically the song Just a Dog. And when I remember first hearing this song, which has been over 10 years now. And I remember I was in the club or a party or whatever, and that song came on, and everybody just was like, ah, da, da, da. I was like, this song's kind of weak. Like, I didn't get the hype, but now that I've been here so long, and I have listened to more Texas rap and stuff, and I have grown. I have acquired a taste for that style of music, and now the song just has good memories attached to it. I mean, he's a good rapper, and it's a good song. It was just a different style of rap that I wasn't used to. But you know what? There's good music and there's bad music. There's music that you like and there's music that you don't like. And that can be applied to any type of art. And we all know some songs that we know that they are bad. They're just categorically bad. But we love them for some reason. And all the same, like, we can objectively say, oh, okay, this is a good song. It's well written. The lyrics are there. The musicality, all the boxes are checked off. But we just don't feel it. Like, we don't like it. Like, for instance, I'll just say J. Cole, I'm not a fan. I'm sorry. I'm really being a hater today. What is going on, Mary? But J. Cole is a good rapper. He's just not somebody that I could just sit back and put on and listen to. But I can acknowledge it. I'm going to give credit where credit is due. He's a very great rapper. Not my cup of tea. So anyway, Big Mo, I really hope that's his name. I'm not even sure that that's that man's name. But anyways, y'all about to hear the song in a second. And it's a really get hype type of song. And, I give Texas and Houston specifically a hard time. But truth be told, Texas has been good to me. And I am grateful. I think it comes from a place of I miss home. Like, I've been away for a long time. You miss everything. But I've enjoyed my life here. I'm glad that I could say that I, made it out of my hometown. I mean, unless you don't want to get out of your hometown, then, like, that's fine too. Some people stay in their hometown their whole lives, and they are perfectly okay with that. I would have been perfectly okay with it. It was a last minute decision to move to Texas, but honestly, I would have been perfectly fine staying in Louisville my whole life. I feel like I still could have thrived there. I do. I think no matter where I was, I would thrive. But anyways, if you are into Houston rappers, you got out of your hometown, but you can't wait to leave New York. Oh, you into New York, girl. I don't know where your hometown was, but I think coming from I don't care where you came from. If you go to New York, that is a life adjustment. But more power to you. I hope that you get to go to the next city of your dreams or get to head back home. You're over New York, girl, and I'm over Texas. So, where are you going? Let me know something. Let me know where's the next. I'm trying to be on the next thing smoking. Let me just, I'm out of here. This looks so creepy behind me. Normally I film these during the day, and it's being nighttime. Like, it's giving Scream. It's giving, hey, Puzzle, how are you? How are you? So nice to see you. There is a lot of nice things, and there's a little bit of everything in Texas. It really, truly is. I think it's a great vacation spot. I really, really do. I think I'm just ready to move on. I think that what I needed to accomplish, what God put me here to do, I think that it's been fulfilled. I just feel like I'm at a place of completion here in this city and in this state. I had some sucky things happen to me here. That's probably where the bitterness, some other parts of the bitterness are coming from. But yeah, I don't know. On the first, whoever calls with the opportunity and says, "Hi, yes, Nellyville, we would love to offer you a gazillion dollars to come and do this gig in this state and city, and we'll pay for everything, fly you out." And I'm like, oh yes, Jennifer, sign me up. That's wherever. I kind of, at first I wanted to go back to 4 seasons because that's what I was used to. You don't get 4 seasons here in Texas, at least not down in this part. But I don't know that I can handle the cold. I've been out of the cold for too long. I like New York, but I don't think that I would want to live there. I would want to visit. I wouldn't mind being close to New York just to like experience, but I don't know that. Ooh, girl, I don't know. I might be too much of a country girl for the big city life. I don't know, but never say never. I could see me doing it for like a very small amount of time. You know what I'm saying? I've been hearing a lot about Portland lately. I wouldn't mind California, but California's going through the gigs, and obviously I would need to be in a different tax bracket if I'm gonna make it do what it do out there, because they don't be playing with them prices. They do not be playing. I ain't got time to be eating noodles every day. I mean, we all gotta go through it, but nah. Wherever I go, just as long as I'm comfortable, just a fresh start. I mean, like, I thought about Florida before, but like, Oh, you look, we said at the same time. Yeah, Florida. What part of Florida? Florida is so different. Because, like, Miami and Orlando is, like, two totally, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then the closer you are to, like, the Florida, Georgia line, totally different. It's just, it's totally different. Yeah, some Orlando, see, that's where I want, I've said Orlando before. I really like that city. I love it. Yeah. Yes, the outskirts of Orlando, that speaks to me. Now, girl, we on the same page. Between the two of us, one of us or both of us going to end up in Orlando. Mark my words. I'm putting it into the atmosphere. I feel something in my spirit. But anyways, okay, so this is a little short, but you know what? It's like the end of the school year. You know, the last episode, it's the season finale. Like, let's let class out early today. You know what I mean? Because, guys, y'all, when I tell y'all I've had a weekend, it's been crazy. It's been so crazy. Like, I can't. What's crazy is, which, you know what? I hate when people do this. I don't like the word hate, but it really bothers me when people do this on podcasts, when they bring stuff up and they're like, I'm doing a thing in a place that I can't tell you anything about what I'm doing. And then it's like, well, why'd you bring it up? But now I've got to be this person. And I'll kid y'all not, in the last 2 weeks, my life is completely different. My life is completely different. And I can't say why just yet. But that's why everyone, listeners, TikTok viewers, y'all need to put on the post notifications, follow me on all of my socials, keep up with me on YouTube, because just trust me, you're going to want to be around for these upcoming announcements. I want for you people to join the journey with me, because I'm all the way up. No, I'm just playing. I need to get off of here. This has been great. This is great. And then it's a finale. This is my 50th episode, y'all. Like what? Or was last week 50? No, this is 50. This is number 50 for the finale. And y'all know I love the number 5. Okay, I need to go. Anyways, let me know who your favorite Houston rappers are. Follow me on all my social media. And, just bang out to the Big Mo. I hope that's that man's name. Shout out to you, though, bruh. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, okay. I until next time, guys. All right, love you so much. Bye. I was at the club one night. That's when I saw somebody. She looked kind of throw to me. Yeah. She was all up in my grill. So I showed her my big daddy's heel. I'm just a dog, don't blame me. A dog, don't blame me. Rolling on a Sunday with the top down. Think that MK popped up, showing some line. Ran into a bitch that I knew from way back. She used to